A lot has been said, but most has been left outside. So on our today channel here, we're going to find out about leadership, the policy making, and all the things that are intertwined to bring service and change to the people. On our channel today, the commons, we have an MCA from Kiganjo ward, who is going to introduce himself and give us a way forward about development and everything he has done for his ward. Karibu mheshimiwa.
Thank you very much, Franklin. Thank you for having me on your channel. Today I'm here to enlighten people about leadership and politics. My name is Julius Kahura. I'm the elected MCA Kiganjo ward. And funny enough, I was elected on a independent candidature. That tells you that in leadership, it doesn't matter about your political party. It's about you as a leader or you as a person. Thank you very much.
Okay. So thank you, mheshimiwa. So we'll go direct to our first question, and our first question goes that who is an MCA? You know, we've had people asking this question and they want to know what is the actual work of an MCA, what does he do on a daily basis, day-to-day activities. MCA anafanya nini? Hizo ndio swali tunataka kujua.
Right, in Kenya, since we had the 2010 constitution, we introduced counties, and when we introduced counties, a county, for instance, Kiambu County has 60 wards. Okay. And among the 60 wards, that's why we get now MCAs elected in every ward to represent the people of that specific ward. Myself, I'm elected to represent the people of Kiganjo as the MCA for Kiganjo ward in Kiambu County Assembly. Yeah. Where the role of an MCA is oversight. That's where we check on the balances of what the governor does using the money that we have allocated to him, and all the functions that happen in the county government of Kiambu. Number two, we have legislative law. That's why we make laws. Okay. We pass budgets, we pass bills, we pass different acts that guide how the county government operates, and also how things are carried out in the county as county government of Kiambu. And thirdly, we have representation. An MCA represents the needs of the people to the county government. I represent their issues in the county assembly of Kiambu, and that is the role of an MCA: representation, legislation, and oversight.
Thank you, mheshimiwa. Now we are heading towards the campaign period. Iko karibu kuanza, and there is this common narrative tunaonanga each and every day that an MCA comes or an aspirant for an MCA na kama anatuambia nataka kuwajengea barabara, nataka niwape pesa ya basari, niwajengee soko, niwafanyie kila kitu. And when I'm in power, those expectations wenye wananchi wenye wamempigia kura wamemwekea, wakifika wanapata kwa ground vitu ni different. So can you elaborate what is the role of an MCA? Clearly we understand that MCA anafanya kazi gani, na tujue hii pesa yenye anasema anaweza jenga nao barabara ni pesa gani.
Tukisema ukweli, there's the reality and there are the expectations.
Okay.
And according to how Kenyan politics have been driven previously, that's when you find a person comes to you seeking for your vote, anakuja na kuambia mimi ningetaka kutengenezea barabara, ningetaka kufanya kitu fulani. But the reality of the matter is an MCA has no budget to do any project. That should be understood. However, he represents the need to the county government of Kiambu or to the governor in place at that specific moment. So I as the MCA, I'll come to you, yes, nitakwambia nitafanya hivi na hivi na hivi, lakini ukweli ni kwamba I'm not the one who is going to execute that project. My work is to go and lobby from the county government resources, okay, and ensure that the need that my people have is done or executed on the ground.
Okay.
So my role is as an MCA is to represent the needs to the county government and ensure that they are done, so that the issues that are disturbing mwananchi huku, the common mwananchi huku kwa ground, vitu zinafanyika. Lakini pia utapata kuna wenye labda wanalegea, and that's why some things are not done when they are supposed to be done.
Okay, so you are saying that an MCA haizi jenga barabara.
Yes.
Lakini anaweza saidia kujenga barabara.
Yes.
Okay. So to our third question, there's this thing called the World Development Funds. Ni kitu yenye imekuwa ikisemwa, and we know that most people are ignorant about such kind of information. So we want to understand what is World Development Fund, what does it do, how does it serve the people of a certain ward, mostly for Kiganjo ward, to understand that if you have that funds, what have you done to the people of Kiganjo ward, and what are you planning to do in these coming days?
The MCAs in Kenya in general have been seeking that we have a ward fund in the among the allocations that are given to the different bodies in the government.
Okay.
For instance, we have the CDF for the MPs. We have the National Government Action Fund that is given to the women rep. We have the Senator Fund that is about to be passed. All these funds help those who are in power to be able to serve their people better. However, an MCA does not have any fund. However, in Kiambu County, we did a legislative law and we passed a ward fund bill that is in action. Actually, right now it's active. However, there's a difference between a ward fund and the CDF fund that is given by the national government. The national government allocates money to the area MP.
Okay.
And the MP and the committee are the ones who are in charge of how that money will be operated and how it will be, the projects are going to be executed. Okay. But for the county, our ward fund, we did allocate money for every ward. For instance, in Kiambu County, we allocated 10 million for every ward. The reason why we came up with the ward fund is to ensure that every ward, it doesn't matter whether you are in good relationship with the governor or not, but you are sure that your ward will get a project of worth 10 million that will benefit your people according to the needs they have forwarded to you as the MCA. Okay. So with the ward fund that we have currently in Kiambu County, I forwarded a few issues that needed to be addressed, but now I'm not the one who's going to execute them. They are still going to be executed by the governor. My only role there is to say, I've noted that in my area you have this problem, and this is what I want done with this ward fund. But my role ends there. But after it is executed, my role now is to oversight what has been done. So for instance, in Kiganjo ward, the first 10 million in the financial year 2023-2024, we allocated money to construct a footbridge at Kafteti, and then we also allocated 7.5 million shillings to do solar street lights. The solar street lights have not yet been installed. However, the installation is supposed to start on 13th February. That is from Gitare towards Gateway, towards Kiamoria, and then from Kagumi towards Dondo. So that is the ward fund for 2023-2024. But for the financial year now, 2024-2025, we allocated money for construction of a maternity block in Gitare. The whole 10 million I allocated for that function, because the maternity block at Gitare is, the window is actually on the road. It's just a small room, the window is on the road, and you can imagine what happens in a maternity room. So I felt that we need a maternity block in that facility with a theater for cesarean cases. So that's my role, is to identify the real need that is disturbing my people, and then I forward it or represent it in the county government through the ward fund.
Inaonekana kwa ground umeshika na umeelewa venye mambo inaendelea.
My word is in my fingertips.
Okay.
So everything my people need, I know it left, right, and center. Okay. And I know everything cannot be done at once, but I urge my people to give me more time to serve them, so that I can make sure that all the needs that they have, they are well served.
Okay. Yeah. On the same question, what is the relations between you and the member of parliament? Do you have current activities zenye mnafanya pamoja to ensure that development in certain places is done, or is there funds allocated between you and him that you can work together to ensure that a certain thing is done or accomplished?
Well, I would say people are very different and people really differ, especially when it comes to politics. Politics would make a very good person to look very bad in the other aspect, because I would say probably because of politics and my way of thinking, we might not be in very good terms with the member of parliament.
Okay.
However, that does not matter. My issues for the people of Kiganjo that are supposed to be done by the national government, I've raised them with him. Okay. I've raised an issue about Momboini Road. I've raised an issue about the Maumau Road. I've raised issues that needs to be addressed by his office that my people need them done that I cannot be able to do. However, that irrespective, at the end of the day, we say we are delivering to the same Wanjiko.
Okay.
And doesn't matter who is delivering, at the end of the day, we need Wanjiko's needs to be done.
Okay. So you feel that there are some projects that have been left outside in your county na zijafanywa bado, na as a function ya member of parliament kuna zenye hajafanya, you feel like that?
I'll be very honest, because we are people and we are seeing what is happening in other constituencies. If you look at, I've mentioned two roads, specifically Maumau Road and Momboini Road. Those roads were commenced, the execution of those projects began in the previous regime. However, we've seen new roads being constructed while those roads have been left behind.
Okay.
So it simply tells you someone, I will not say someone is sleeping on the job, but more or less the same. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have said that the relationship between two leaders it should be cemented so that development inaletwa kwa watu, so no, and at some point you feel umekuwa left outside or your word. Okay. On the other issue we have said that the member of parliament amekuwa akifanya development partly, and kuna zile development amefanya zina benefit watu wote kama issuing of courses. What is your view on these courses that zinakuwa issued kwa wanafunzi and the youths of Kiganjo ward?
I would say it is a very good initiative.
Okay.
That you are training youths and you're giving them skills. Because at the end of the day, these technical skills is what people use to be able to build themselves. Okay. However, my take is different of how he's doing it.
Okay.
He has engaged a private college to train the youth of Katondo South. What does that do to the facilities or the institutions in Katondo South that are public facilities?
Okay.
It does not build them. Because my take would actually be, if I was the area MP today, I would actually engage either Katondo TVET, Katondo South TVET, or engage the vocational training centers in our area to make sure that we empower those facilities so that the training, yes, you do the training today of that student for the 3 months and is gone. But if the funds were paid to this facility, if it needs certain equipment to be able to train better tomorrow, you'll be able to purchase the equipment using that money paid to that facility. However, when you engage a private college, then you leave out the institutions in that area. So I feel it's a good initiative, but executed poorly.
Okay, poorly.
Thank you.
As a student leader, can comment on that. As our institute, we have a very biased way of working out. We can say on the issue of bursary, the issue is very good, but we had some projects that were promised long time ago, like automotive and food and beverage, those departments. It was promised by him, but we have seen that there is no development done on that. All we have is promises. I don't know what step is going to be taken. Hatujui ni plans gani ako nazo, but the issue of privatizing the private colleges and forgetting the public ones, I think that's a very big issue, as you have said mheshimiwa, na pia it bring a challenge kwa hizi nini zetu za public colleges. On those issue we want to go that we have had this story that says that siasa ni ya wazee, siasa si ya vijana, and is a narrative that has been passed for a long time. Up to now you can find that a big percentage of the youths wenye wako kwa siasa, we have an issue saying that wenye wako ni wadogo na wenye wako bado wanakuwa despised, wanakuwa left outside, hawapewi development venye watu wengine wanapewa development. So our question goes, is this narrative okay? And you being a youth, uliweza kukonga this big propaganda yenye imekuwa ikienezwa, and you became an MCA as a youth. Firstly, hata uliingia na independent seat. So our question goes, is it true that the youths hawawezi siasa at a younger age, or is just a narrative yenye inapitishwa so that wakubwa wanaweza faidi wao pekee?
The truth of the matter is, I was elected at the age of 27 years old.
Okay.
That simply tells you can lead, it doesn't matter how old you are.
Okay.
And again, kuna kitu tunasemanga na Kiswahili, waweza kuwa na pua kubwa, lakini ukubwa wa pua sio mesha ya ile kamasi inaweza kwa hiyo pua.
Okay.
I'm only trying to say age does not matter when we come to leadership. We have seen people who are very old and who have been actually in politics for so many years, but the ideas they have of leading people are old, ancient ideas that cannot develop the people. So we need young people to be in leadership, and I actually urge our youths, kindly, if you believe you can lead, be on the forefront to ensure that you change your area.
Okay.
Identify the gaps in your area and talk to the people. Tell them what you would want to do for them, and probably you'll be the leader tomorrow.
Okay.
Because you've always been told you are the leaders of tomorrow. When are you waiting for tomorrow when you are 50?
Okay.
So it is up to us to make the bold step and make sure that we actually get these opportunities to lead the people. And that, for me, that's what made me vie. Actually vied because my father suffered so much during COVID times. We are looking for oxygen and you could not find oxygen. And when you went to Aton Hospital, there is an oxygen plant that is just missing a transformer. We had ICU beds that were new. We were waiting for the leaders to come and launch them. That is very ancient. Things should be done and assist the people there and then, because problems are there to be resolved by the people who are in leadership. Okay. And that's why I believe the youths have better ideas and better ways of implementing what the people need on the ground. Okay. Yeah.
I always say that this quote, I always say that situations are the one who makes people to become who they are today. As same as my issue to stand up and speak for the comrades of our institute. Mm-hmm. The situation of lacking some materials or lacking something is the one that drove me to be a leader or to serve them in that way. Not only that, where I come from, mm-hmm. we have an issue of gender-based violence, we have an issue of insecurity, we have an issue of inequality. Those are the problems, all those are the causes that are driving us to become mm-hmm. leaders or to become people who want to change or work for certain community. Yeah. And for the youths, nothing should be a limit for people to become who they are. So they should always find a way, work across different departments or different platforms to ensure that they have done service and delivery to the people. For you, Mheshimiwa, climbing that ladder ya kwenda kukua kiongozi pale juu, being 27, being an independent, you know, tumeambiwa that major political party, they are the one who ride this wave, no wanaleta mabadiliko. So I want to know, Mheshimiwa, what are the challenges zenye ulikuwa nazo before ufike to that step for you to define that thing uke mali uko sahi?
Well, like I've said, I encountered a very great problem in the year 2021. Okay. When my father contracted COVID. He was actually in the ICU for a whole month plus. And he paid a bill of 2.3 million. And over and above that is a medication we bought at 360,000. So that was coming to around 2.7 million. And I asked myself a question. I thank God because we were able to pay the bill. But what about the common mwananchi who cannot be able to raise such amounts? And that is what pushed me to want to serve the people and ensure that they can actually access good health care, and their needs are well addressed. And in fact my greatest achievement up to date, I would say, is I've been able to make sure that some of the things that were disturbing my people have actually been resolved. There are people I've told you, we identified a footbridge. That footbridge, those people, you ignore that need, but those people actually have a big problem crossing that river. Na kuweka hiyo footbridge peke yake has resolved their issue for good. Okay. If you had to go around with a motorbike for 100 shillings and you just cross through that river and you save that 100 shillings, that is money to the pocket for that person, and you'll be able to, the cost of living actually goes down, because if it's an elderly person who could not have crossed that place, hangeweza kufanya hiyo. Okay. Na kama hana pesa hawezi fanya hiyo. So what I was trying to say is we as the people, we know we have various needs, very many needs actually, na hatuwezi resolve zote at once, but priorities is what differs among the leaders who are in leadership or who are leading the people. Okay. There are people who will come and tell you, I think we have a priority of doing blah 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 blah. Okay. There's another person who will come and tell you, before we do this road, let us do street lights. But probably you cannot do street lights penye hakuna barabara, because that is a misplaced priority. So muhimu ni kuwa wenye wako kwa leadership ama wenye wanaingia kwa leadership, they identify the real issues that are disturbing the people. Okay. They raise them where they're supposed to be raised. They allocate funds for them, because my role is to do budgets. When you are doing a budget, when you do public participations, I will come and listen to the people and they tell me our needs are this and that and that. So we allocate money for that need to make sure that we alleviate some of the problems that people are facing on the ground. Okay.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. This question goes, you have spoken about public participation. On public participation, we have different issues. One of them is that most people don't attend these forums.
True.
That's the thing. Even when we did in the last meeting, yeah, we saw the same issue. Most people don't attend it. So our question goes, why do you think that most people don't attend it? Or as change and everything grows relevant in this field of leadership?
See, I have an opinion as a leader,
Okay.
or as Kahura, and I have an opinion as a politician. This is how politicians think. If you want to drive certain narrative, I'm going to mobilize a certain crowd that is going to come and respond how I want it to respond, and probably give them an incentive for that single day. But what I will have done is I will not have taken their issues into perspective, because they will say what I want them to say, because probably they needed a handout. That's what politicians think. Unfortunately or fortunately, I have opted to think differently as a leader, because the truth of the matter is I cannot be able to serve you if I don't know what you actually need.
Okay.
If I serve you according to what I think, then at some point we are going to have a backlash. That's when you saw the Gen Zs rise up and say, we don't want this thing. But if you go to the public participations that were done that time, for that for instance, for the finance bill, they had people that said yes. But if you go backwards, you realize that somebody probably somebody somewhere had probably given an incentive for the outcome to be in a certain way and not in a certain way. Okay. So what am I trying to say? If the people knew today the power they have, they will not miss any public participation. Because us, for instance, as the MCAs in Kiambu County, we carry out public participation for the budget, for the finance bill, for the strategic finance paper, fiscal paper, all those documents. We do public participations. And why do we do them? So that you can come and tell us, our issue in our area is water. So before you do anything else, first of all, resolve the issue about water. So that it will help us in the budget making process, that will make sure that that need is actually addressed. So the people of Kenya should know one thing: you have so much power, and that's why we have public participations in the constitution that says that no bill or no law should be passed without having a public participation. Okay. So you should come forward if you have a different opinion. If you are for the bill, if you are against the bill, raise it. And I'm sure if you have people who have good common sense, because some don't have good common sense, but if you have good leaders who have good common sense, they make sure that your needs are captured and they are addressed. And that is how we are going to develop this nation. Thank you.
Another question is about the youth program. And we have seen these programs that are being brought about by government, people in the government, leaders mostly. On the national level, we have the Nyota. On county level, I can give you an example of Murang'a County. In Murang'a County, we have Murang'a Youth Service, where a youth is taken service through voting. They select a few, where training is given to them. They're taken to TVETs or other institutes. They are given jobs and they are being paid. And we have seen this as impacted the youths in different ways. It can be positive, it can be negative, depending on the courses being given or how the platform runs. So what makes it different, or why has Kiambu County not taken that step, which I understand you have a good relationship with the governor of Matangi. So make us understand, why have you not taken the step uende kwa governor umwambie, you know, on this issue we can do this and this, and we want to know that our youths participating in these forums. Explain it to us.
Thank you. Youths are very they are close to my heart because I'm a youth. And if I didn't get this opportunity to serve them or to serve the people of Kiganjo, probably I will not even have this opportunity to even respond to these questions today. So when a youth has an opportunity to do something, I'm happy. I'm actually proud of that person. And if there's anything that we can do to make sure that we empower the youths, I'm on the forefront. What have we done so far? Number one, in Kiganjo ward, I'll be very specific. We had a very good vocational training center here in Kiganjo Vocational Training Center. It had closed down. I actually found it with 8 students. I made a move, a very bold move, to ensure that that school actually opens and functions accordingly. And as we speak, so far we have had over 1,000 students benefit from that vocational training center. What did we do? We started with equipping the facility. So I approached the governor of Kiambu County government and requested him to equip the facility, and he equipped the facility with equipment worth 3 million Kenya shillings. So those equipments are what has enabled the facility to be able to train youths on technical skills that they can use, they are going to use to either employ themselves or be employed, or to access the opportunities available in the market. Number two, we've been able now to renovate the whole facility. The renovations are ongoing currently. We have renovations worth 40 million that are taking place in Kiganjo Vocational Training Center.
Okay.
And the good thing is that the renovations that are ongoing, it is being done by the students of that facility. If you are doing masonry, they are the ones who are doing the plastering and everything in that facility. So they are actually gaining the practical skills now that it's as if they are attached. So you are in school, you've paid school fees, but at the end of the day, you are paid money for what you've done. So that's how we are building on our youths. Okay. Secondly, we have started a program of ensuring that our polytechnics or our vocational training centers have cabro making machines. What is the goal? We target, or we plan to ensure that our roads, we now do them with cabro. So the county government is installing cabro making machines in the vocational training centers. For instance, Kiganjo, we are going to have a cabro making machine very soon. Okay. We actually the construction of the shed is starting very soon. So once the cabro making machine comes in that facility, the youth of this area, Kiganjo, they are going to be engaged by the county government of Kiambu to build the cabro stones. Once they do the cabros, the county government purchases the cabros now from the youths, and then they are also employed now to install them along the roads. So we'll be resolving two issues. Number one, unemployment, by employing those youths to do the cabros, and also we will be resolving the roads issues, because once we do the cabro, you can be sure it's as if you have tarmac that road. Okay. Cabro is a long-lasting solution for roads. Rather than doing all the maram, you do the cabro, and the cabro will probably last you 20 years or 30 years to come. And rather than, when you do a maram road today, in 2-3 years to come, you still have to do another budget for the same road, because the maram will have been washed away by the rains. Okay. So that is what we are doing for the Kiambu County. I appreciate what is being done in Murang'a, but in Kikuyu we say depending on our budgets, we might not be able to do what they are doing there. However, we have taken a different approach, and we will ensure that our youths are actually engaged, and they are going to be they'll be having something they can go to every day to work and earn a living. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Our next question goes, we have plans, we have promises, we have everything that is going on in the county assembly. All we have this narrative that is driven by MCAs, tukikuja tutafanya hii, tutafanya hii, tutafanya hii. So you as a member of county assembly, we want to know, on that county assembly, what have you raised, or what have you done to ensure that these problems that youths are facing, they have been highlighted, or they have been said, everything they have, it's clearly written or manifested, or given a priority, so that we can see that on the next few years, or on the next elections, we can say that this MCA wakati alikuwa kwa nini alifanya hii na hii na hii, yenye alikuwa amepromise na alifanya hii. So we want to know, wewe mwenyewe umefanya nini na kufanya ukuwe different na watu wengine, na nini umechampion for. We can go and say that MCA wa Kiganjo alifanya hii na hii, Mr. Julius alifanya hii na hii. What have you done?
I would say we do the legislative law in the county assembly, and we pass bills and laws to ensure that our issues are addressed. Now, for the youths, we have a youth bill that was confronted, and it's our role to make sure that we give our inputs to ensure that that bill actually favors our youths. And that has already started, is on course. Okay. To ensure that issues like sports are well catered for. Okay. See, if I woke up today, if today I'm the governor, I decide I'm going to sponsor sports in Kiambu County, then I can do it. If I don't want, then I can't do it. That disadvantages our youths. Yeah. So there's such a bill that is ongoing, and that it will be approved in the course of time. Okay. A bill has different stages that it goes through. Okay. We have now the vocational training center bill that was fronted by Honorable Rebecca Kiai. Okay. And I happen to be also part of the team that is working on that bill. What our role, what I'm actually championing for, is to ensure that in all vocational training centers we have proper working systems. That will ensure that if once you finish your Form 4, I don't know, you now have grade 13. Once you are done with those grades and you are done with school, if you are not able to go to the university or to the college, you can join the vocational training centers, and we have ensured that they are well equipped, they have trainers, and the capitation for those students is available. Because what actually ails the vocational training centers, if you don't, is that we don't have capitation for the students.
Okay.
That makes it very difficult to run a vocational training center, because what will actually happen at the end of it is just the same as the secondary schools. If the money is not released by the national government, then you can be sure that we'll have complaints by the parents, because they're the ones who are going to check the money to ensure that the students are in school. So we are putting in place rules to ensure that all youths are able to access the available opportunities, especially in our vocational training centers. And that law is actually, I've been told, I'm very sure it will be passed in this. We'll be back out of from recess next week, and I believe in this session that's when you're going to approve that vocational training center bill. When it becomes an act, it will help our youths, and it will ensure that going forward, if you want to join any vocational training center, you'll be sure you are going to find the right equipment and the right trainers in the facility.
No, people differentiate between TVETs and vocational
training centers.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe can you elaborate the difference between the two?
A TVET is under the national government, and it offers courses in up to diploma levels. But a vocational training center is under the county government, okay, and it offers the curriculum is under NITA.
Okay.
Even the certification we give is under NITA. So we have grade 3, grade 2, grade 1, okay, that is offered in vocational training centers. And to add on to that, the certificate we offer, for instance, in Kiganjo Vocational Training Center, and I can actually tell the people to actually enroll there in Kiganjo Vocational Training Center, because once you get the certificate from Kiganjo Vocational Training Center from NITA, that certificate, even if you presented it in UK, it is recognized because it is actually printed in UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mheshimiwa. I think we have a good forum for the youths hapo wapate masomo,
yes,
wajitume na wapate skills.
Yes.
You know, the skill is one of the common thing mnasema, you know, have skill, do this.
Yeah.
I think quite honestly you have done what is needed, and you need to do more.
Thank you.
To ensure those things work. Another issue, we have the issue of drugs, substance and abuse and mental illness.
Yeah.
Personally, I've been a champion for mental health awareness. This is something that I've worked to ensure that it has worked. Naweza saidia youth moja ama wawili, because being a leader, I come across to people with those challenges zinawaumiza.
Yeah.
You can look at the youths nowadays, uangalia youths personally hawakwangi sawa. Ukiangalia utaona mtu anacheka, amedress poa, lakini deep down afanye nini hawayuko sawa. So the issue we are having here is that most youths feel wameachwa nje, or they are being blamed for everything. They are not given proper guidance. You know, the role of fatherhood imepotea kwa nini yetu, the role of motherhood imepotea from our youths. We have our different change in culture, different change in approach of things. So our question we want to know is that, Mheshimiwa, what are you doing, or what is your step towards this issue of mental health awareness, this issue of drug and substance abuse? And again, how do you give morale to these youths? How can they define themselves or find a way of finding the solution to what they want?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm a living example of a person who can transform. I will not say I was an addict, but I keep telling the youths that what you're doing today will shape your tomorrow. Okay. And you might have been, you might have find yourself doing some things because you found others doing them. Okay. But if the real character in you does not appreciate what you do, so I keep telling the youths kindly not to engage in drug abuse and substance use. However, you know, sometimes tuambiane ukweli, it starts with the community that you're living in, and an empty mind is the devil's workshop. Yeah. So I keep telling the youths kindly engage in things that will keep you busy. And for me, what I've done as the first step is to make sure that they have somewhere they can go to and to engage themselves and get the technical skills. Okay. When we started the Kiganjo Vocational Training Center, I was starting it because I found that most of the town centers in this area, Ukienda masaa ya saa 5, saa 4, people are just seated along the road and they have nothing to do. And what will actually happen with those youths? They just engage themselves in substance use. So when we started the vocational training center, actually we forget most of the town centers.
Okay.
Because they have something that they can do and that will help them to actually build on their future. So the vocational training center for me is a win. Okay. Because they have something now they can, if you don't have something to do, then you're idle. Yeah. And the next thing you do is get into drugs.
Okay.
So second thing, in that vocational training center, we have a very good plan that we normally have a psychologist coming to talk to them, or a counselor coming to talk to them. Every week, someone talks to them about drug use, how to be a better person, how to mold your life, mentorship. And I myself, if you actually follow me on Facebook and other pages, you'll see myself going to the school to talk to the youth students and to make sense to them, because when I give them a real life story, probably they relate with that, and I'm sure some of them have actually stopped doing whatever they were doing, because if they listen to Kahura, did that and that and that, and they change their, and he has been able to achieve so much, then I can also change my life and stop doing this and this, and I can be able to change my life. So that's what I've been doing about drug and the substance use. However, we also have a program for mental illness. I've been advertising every time we have a program for mental illness on my page. Just the other day we had men wanaitwa Adhuria Kiama Kiama. They had organized a session for the youths in this area of Shura. There's another program that had been organized in Momboine, purposely to talk to the youths. Now from the father perspective that we are talking about, yeah. When you lack a father figure, you can do anything.
Yeah.
But if you have a father figure somewhere, then someone talking to you, telling you this is right, this is wrong, then you're able to shape your life. So I supported both groups, so to ensure that our youths get the training they need or the mentorship they need to make sure that they mold their lives. That's what I've done so far about drugs and substance use.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, yes, those are called policies that you have taken, and the question is, throughout different governments, the same issue of drug abuse has been addressed. Different steps zimechukuliwa to ensure that these things work like this, but we still find the number inclining. So nini issue inaweza kuwa ni nini, such that even if steps are taking the same issue, it is there? Why is it?
I'll tell you something that happened just the other day. The people from Mondoro can tell you, Mondoro was known to be the most notorious place with bangi.
Okay.
Bangi ilikuwa inavutwa mchana hadharani kila mahali. We made a bold step and we changed all the police officers in Mondoro. And I actually appreciate the team that came to Mondoro. We have been able to transform that area in a very short period. I think within 2 months, the area has been nikama imeoshwa.
Okay.
You not find people now smoking bang like they used to do. What I'm trying to say is, why don't we start with the supplier before you go to the consumer?
Okay.
Because why you fail. We are all saying people are taking illicit alcohol. It's okay, they're taking illicit alcohol. But where is the illicit alcohol coming from? Why don't we deal with the person supplying fake ethanol from whichever country and bring it to Kenya? Because if we deal with that person, then that will not trickle down to the people, the common mwananchi here. And now that's where now the national government comes in. I don't want to say someone is sleeping on the job, but someone is sleeping on the job. Because if we do not have poor or bad, what do we call them? This makali yenye inauzwa ya 250 ml yenye si legit. Sitaki kusema majina, lakini kuna fulani ilikuwa inaitwa Jambo. Hapa Mondoro kuna ilikuwa inaitwa Jambo, kuna ilikuwa inaitwa Taifa. Imeua watu kadhaa. Once I told people, and I talked to all the bar owners in Mondoro and told them that from now henceforth I don't want to see that alcohol in Mondoro or in Kiganjo ward. Then no one has passed away because of those illicit alcohol. What am I trying to say? Why don't we control it from the supplier before even say people are consuming it? Because you cannot consume food that has not been delivered to you. Okay. If I'm not given food, I will not take it. Okay. But if I'm given food, but it has some poison in it, then you can be sure it is going to poison me. So my take, and I'm actually urging the government agencies, kindly deal with those people at the top who are bringing in the ethanol that is known to be causing harm to the people of Kenya.
That's good mheshimiwa. You know, kwa ground mambo inasemekana that the supplier, the same supplier are saying that the problems, politicians are the one protecting the suppliers. So how do you expect to bring change when you're the one hindering that change to happen?
Myself, to start with, I'm not among those politicians.
Okay.
for the records.
Yeah.
And it is true. But I cannot mention names because I don't have the evidence. However, it is in the public domain that they are protected by high-profile politicians. And this is what I'll say. I might not be able to change everything, but the little that I can be able to do, I've done it. I've told you a case scenario of Mondoro, but I've been able to change the story. And in fact, I'm sure the people of Mondoro can tell you for sure that is what has happened. But this is a humble appeal to the politicians out there who protect those people. Today you are protecting that person to make money, or yourself you are making money from it. But be sure it will go down with the generations.
That karma happens.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of karma mheshimiwa, nasema karma haita kaa kando, itakuja wapate.
Yes.
But for those people who don't believe in God, are they wanapatikanaga kwa hiyo issue? Because we have seen most of them doing absurd things for generation. Tunaenda down, you see their generation prospering. You know, I want to ask, is this narrative of saying that karma will do his work, is that a narrative or people should just take that step and start doing their work? Because karma has been said to be there. We have seen it being there. Unasema itafanyika, itakuja kufanyikia hivi na hivi. Should people depend on karma, or should people depend on affirmative actions to change their country or change their locality and everything?
I believe in karma and I believe in God. Number one, that is my faith.
Okay.
Those who don't believe in it, they have what they believe in.
Yeah.
And again, they have freedom of worship. Yeah. So you believe in what you believe in. But things can be done to change the narrative. I've given you a very good example. I've told you in Mondoro you've had a crisis of bang. What has been done? We noticed where the gap was, and we decided. I actually talked to the county commander and asked her kindly, can we try and change all the officers in Mondoro and see whether we are going to have a change? And from that point, there is change in Mondoro. So things can be done if people want to do them. I've been able to do what I can be able to do up to where my powers reach, because there's what the president can do, there's what an MCA can do.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm urging those who are at the higher offices, do what you're supposed to do to make sure that we have no one else losing their life because of drug abuse. What do I mean? There are those who are already addicted. Can we have rehabilitation centers for them? Yes, we have actually approved a construction of a rehabilitation center in Kiambu County, at Nachu Ward in Kikuyu sub-county. That is a good step towards correcting the situation. But can we resolve the issue from the supplier? Who is bringing what? Because obviously there's a long chain that leads. Kabla bangi ifike Mondoro, kuna mahali imepitia. Kabla bangi ifike Kiganjo, kuna mahali imepitia. Na kuna kwenye imetoka. I'm sure those who are at the top agencies, they know where it comes from. Can you do what you're supposed to do to make sure that it does not come? Because if you are able to deal with it from where it comes from, then haitafika ground kwa hao wenye wanaitumia huku chini, na tukiweza kusolve hiyo, we are good to go. So if you know who brings in the ethanol, personally I may not be knowing who does that, but I know that's where the problem comes in. Kindly, can we change the narrative and ensure that it does not come in? Because if it doesn't come in, then you don't have any illicit alcohol or brews in the country. Yeah.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Another question is the future for the youths. Kiganjo ward, maybe the country as a whole.
Yeah.
Do you think if they change the way they are doing things, you know, the way they make decisions, they start working, they start voting, and they start following up on the issues affecting them, what kind of government or what kind of environment do you see if they take those bold steps?
You see what happened in the year 2024, that was a win.
Okay.
When the Gen Z stepped out and raised pertinent issues that were disturbing them, then the government of the day was able to listen to them. So my urge to the youth is, as long as you're not engaging in destruction of properties and stuff, air your voice, because your voice is what is needed to make sure that this country changes. If you feel today this decision that has been passed by the parliament of the national government or the national parliament is not right for you, air it out. If you feel today the county assembly of Kiambu has passed a law that is not okay with you, raise it out, because if you don't do it, silence kills. You say silent today, tomorrow I'll come for your neck, because probably I said we passed this and this and this law, and you are not doing according to whatever you passed in there law. So my urge to the youth, kindly don't fear. Even those who are leading, they are just people like yourselves. It's only that they have those titles. Don't fear them. Talk out what you feel is supposed to be said, because at the end of the day, we need you for this country to change. The things I've heard myself, I actually, for instance, I felt that we have a big problem in terms of legislation for the people living with disability. They are people, right? But there's no law that says if the person has this and this disability, then they're supposed to be served this way. So we passed a law that says they are supposed to be given assistive devices. They are supposed to be assisted in this way. They are supposed to be given bursaries. Money has been paid, but no project has been done. Yeah. If you don't air it out, then money will continue being washed. I don't call okay, let's call it wash. They are washing your money, and that is your tax. Raise your voice where you feel something is not being done the way it's supposed to be done, and be sure this country is going to change for the better. If you look at the countries that were at par with Kenya, then the likes of Korea and Singapore, when they were at par at that time, in the 1960s and 70s. But what is happening today? We are a third world country and they are first world countries. Why? Because there is a gap in leadership. So air your voice and let us know where you feel there is corruption, there is a problem somewhere, and be sure this country is going to change for the better. That is my take.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, I have another question.
Yeah.
The youths have lost faith in leadership or in new leaders. You know, I don't know what's the problem, because if you get even the issue of public participation, hayuko venye ilikuwa kitambo. Kitambo wangejileta wao wenyewe, wa raise issues zao, wasaidiwe. Siku hizi hawana faith in leadership or anything. And you can hear him saying that if democracy was to bring change, then they could have not allowed us to vote, because they say change can be brought by democracy, which gives us the right to vote for one representative. Then the youth go ahead, they vote for that representative. Wakisha piga kura, what happens? The same problems that they have worked very hard to ensure that zimekuwa eliminated, the same problems zinaongezeka, ama the same problems zinakuwa even more worse. So, Mheshimiwa, do you think that voting and this act or this wording of democracy, does it bring change to the people, or is it something that is used to control people?
Democracy changes people, or changes the narrative about leadership and everything, and it actually helps people.
Okay.
I want to be sure today, as the MCA of Kiganjo, I've been able to change the lives of the people of Kiganjo for the 3 years I've been in office. Compared to 10 years of devolution, probably what has been done in my 3 years of being a leader has never been done in the 10 years of devolution that were there before.
Okay.
What does that tell you? Because the democratic right of the people of Kiganjo of electing the leader they would want to serve them, then change has been seen. What now differs is we elect people, but people are elected for different reasons. There are people who are elected because they wanted to serve the people, and the people who are elected because probably they have heard there is a good salary somewhere and they can make themselves rich. That is a reality too.
Okay.
So the most important thing is to first of all understand the kind of person I'm electing. What does he want to do? Is this pro people or against the people? Because the people will actually give you handouts. Once they are done with the handouts, wakishaingia kwa ofisi, they are done with the people, and that's why we fail. So I feel And what I would urge the youths, kindly, right now in the next election 2027, if you didn't vote last time, kindly vote this time. And you will normally have 6 people to elect, from the MCA, the MP, the senator, the woman rep, the governor, and the president. If today I feel my MCA Kahura today has performed exemplary well, elect that person again, because again changing that person, you might bring another person who is I don't care, who doesn't care about your needs. That is number one. If the MP is doing well, elect him again. If he's not doing well, change him. And that's why you have elections, to change those you feel are not performing according to your expectations. So that change is what will change the society, because probably you are going to bring in now a leader who has purpose to change the society, to change the people, the way the people are living today. So in short, my urge the youths, kindly, if you are not registered as a voter, register as a voter. Make use of your democratic right. Don't say last time I voted and the person I voted has not performed. Yes, you did a mistake last time, but you can change that mistake in the next election. Because if you don't vote, what will happen automatically? The person will mobilize the people, or the person you don't want will mobilize the people to vote for him. He will be voted again, and then he'll be back to the same problem again and again for years to come. But if you make that bold step of voting, you make sure that you change the narrative. If you are not okay with the president today, you go and vote someone who you are okay with. If you are okay with him, you re-elect him. And that is what democracy brings in a nation. Change that cannot be achieved in any other way.
So Mheshimiwa, unasema in your own words that democracy can bring change?
Yes.
Okay. Don't know what's the view of the people about democracy. Mine is different. I believe that democracy we are defining is not the one we want. It's just a different one, or the one what we are practicing is not democracy. It's something that is different. Maybe it's a call for leaders to take a step, make a difference in anything they want to make, bring change to the people the way people want change, and raise their issues the way they want to be raised. Another issue is about, Mheshimiwa, your personal ambitions and your legacy.
Yeah.
You know, one day when you will be out of your office, or utakuwa umeenda kiti ingine, maybe a governor, a member of parliament, what will people say about you? What will be left for the people? Or what do you have in mind about the people of Kiganjo, the people of Kiambu, the people of the whole Kenya, if one day will be in a position, you're in that position? What is your ambition, or what do you want to be remembered for? Or that is something you want to push for it to happen, so that people...
The other day I was telling myself, I'm proud of myself, that to date, I now have a legacy.
Okay.
It's something I can be remembered for in Kiganjo ward, that where I was the MCA, this and that has been achieved. Well, number one, I will probably mention a few projects that I've been able to lobby for. And mark my words, lobby for, not that I've executed. I cannot execute any project. My role is to lobby or to represent the needs of the people. So I've been able to lobby for several projects that have been executed. Number one, we had the completion of Kiganjo Market. We have complete construction of a new shade, construction of a perimeter wall, construction of a underground water tank, and we are now doing a water tower for the water to be pumped up for the use by the people in Kiganjo Market, and carbon paving of all the pavements in Kiganjo Market. That is a great achievement. Number two, we have the Kiganjo Vocational Training Center, a facility that had closed down. It has revived and it's now functional. We have now 10 trainers employed by the county government of Kiambu in that facility. We have equipment in that facility, and now the facility has been renovated with a new look that will ensure that our students have a good learning environment. We also have ECD centers that are under the county government of Kiambu. In Kiganjo ward, we have the most or the highest number of ECD centers. We have 23 ECD centers. But as of today, we've been able to... Okay, tumerudi tena na ubaya.
Tumekuja kukaanga.
Yeah, like I was saying, we have 23 ECD centers in Kiganjo ward. It's actually the highest number in the entire Kiambu County. So out of the 23 ECD centers, we have been able to construct 15 ECD centers. 7 out of those are already in operation, zinatumika saa hizi. Now the other 8 are ongoing, the construction is ongoing. And then you have the last batch of 8 small ECD centers that will be constructed before the end of this year. With that, we'll have completed constructing all ECD centers in Kiganjo ward. That's why we have a class. That's why we have a PP1 classroom, PP2 classroom, an office for the teacher, a play area for the kids, and washrooms that are for the kids, the trainers, and even for PWD. They are well catered for in that facility. Then from there, I have also been able to lobby for a project to install solar street lights from Kiganjo to Kahura, and that is already installed. And now people can move around along that road without fear at any time of the night, even during the day. We also have a project where we've done renovations of the Gashika dispensary. That facility was in a very bad state, but now it is well.
Sema kwa Kikuyu hizo dini.
Unaweza kwa Kikuyu.
Hizo ni zote.
Wacha nizame zote za Kikuyu sasa. Kuma duke MCA wa Kiganjo ni hotete guthie kumethera indo. Tondu irakwa ni guthie ku represent mathina mao kwi thirikari ya county. Na muno no njuge as of now tuhotete gwika projects cirateithia andu a Kiganjo muno. Wa mbere ni thoko ya Kiganjo. Thoko iyo yakitwo shedi igiri nere yari ho iguru. Na we turahotire kumiiriga yothe turaka shedi njeru na turaka itangiria underground ya 90,000 cubic meters 90 cubic meters riu ni kumaanisha twina matangi kenda maritangiri 10 na thi kumaanisha gugutikanagia na thina wa mai tene wa tene. Then kuma hau ni hotete ngathie ngamathira indo na tugoka tugakirwo polytechnic twa Kiganjo na revive kuma noti tondu skulu cio wa ndwai na aruto ngingira ngituka MCA na aruto anana no thaisi last year niturekera graduation ya mbere kuma 1971 ira skulu cio wakirwo ni ndi kurekirwo graduation ya mbere tugurwa MCA Kahura. So after we graduation thaisi kuna enrollment irekirwo kuna aruto 350 maraingirire January ogiana ya marari kuo. We have a very big number of students in that school. Nato arutwo tu nitukoretwo tuwika renovations thini wa skulu ucio, kuna equipments thini wa skulu ucio, which simply tells you skulu ni ukoro yakura na ni guteithia andu a Kiganjo na andu a Gatundu South ona andu a Kiambu na njira nene muno. Thengia uguo bado nitukoretwo tugiaka ECD centers na ni hakone njiraga andu ni thia kamuhoera ngamurehera indo na ndirathire ndirahoya na ni hoete kina thaisi tukahota gwaka ECD imwe 15. Kiganjo ni iko na ECD ria nyingi muno. Kuona kule gutakitwo ni ngumutheria mugia na wetereri to ici ingi citigarite 8 nituga gucirikia ni getha ECD ciothe to degree cikorwo ci njake na ngeri oro ECD ria oro wake twaka kirathi ya PP1 PP2 wabici ya mwarimu cioro cia ciana na cia arimu na tukamakira misuha miega handu marithakagira ciana icio na thengio uguo ni tumahera curu tukamahe iria na tukamahe itumbĩ thĩinĩ wa cukuru kumaanisha mwana ucio arathomera handu hega na kaigwe wega. Uguo mwana waku weragite mwana waka kumucia ndwenda ingire cukuru murehe cukuru ici citu cia thirikari cia ECD center cia Kiambu na ni gwikara maica mega. From there ni thiete ngamuhoera matawa na tukamba twekera matawa ma mbere ma solar matari ma kuhirwo biru ni mundu wekera tawa ucio no warikania no horo ucio twekera kuma Kiganjo kina Kahura. Na thaisi thini wa fund yakwa ni njikirite matawa ma gwikira itura ria Kitare uthio othe wikina Gitwe na kuthikina mwena uria ya Kiamuria. Coke ni hena mangi ma kwambia haria Kagunyi maikoke na barabara ino ya Ndundu. Macio ni matawa ma mbere maria marekio na makambia gwikirwo mweri 13 wa mweri wa 2 turi. So ni kumaanisha by the end of this month nituko twakitie matawa macio na makambia guteithia andu aitu ari itu ria Kiganjo. From there ni thiete ngari na governor na ngamuhoya horo wa thibitari itu ya Gashika na ugekwo renovations na thibitari ucio gathakara wahona kigigi no raistoria na thibitari ucio ni muthaka ukekirwo perimeter wall koguo security ikuo ona ndagĩtarĩ makĩruta kuo me safe na thengia ũguo nĩ mĩkĩte sure thibitari citũ ciothe 4 thĩinĩ wa Kiganjo. Thĩinĩ wa Kiganjo Health Center twĩna horo wa Gĩtare Health Center, Gashika dispensary na Mudoro dispensary ciothe ũngĩthiĩ twĩna staff a kũigana na twĩna ndawa thĩinĩ wa thibitari icio na ndĩrauga ũguo tondũ ndĩna ũira tondũ niĩ mwene nĩ ngĩthiaga kwĩrorera o hakuhĩ thutha wa wiki 2-3 no mũhaka thiĩ ngĩrore kana kwĩna ndawa thĩinĩ wa thibitari icio na nĩ mĩkĩte sure kwĩna cio. Na mũndũ wĩna SHA mũndũ registered na SHA athi thibitari citũ cia level 2 na level 3 icio ndagwĩta ciothe 4 uthondekwo nĩ bure. Okorwo tu registered onokorwo ndũrĩhĩire SHA no wĩ registered na SHA uthondekwo nĩ bure. So nino himize andu tafadhali wakamĩothiĩte kũmatha uteithio wa kĩthibitari thĩinĩ wa private above thibitari citũ ciĩna motungata marĩa mothe ũngĩbatara kana nĩ lab kana nĩkĩ mothe nĩ ũgũkora thĩinĩ wa thibitari icio cia Kiganjo. From there nĩ thiĩte kũrĩa mwena wa Marigũiti kũringa harĩa Gĩtuamba nĩ ndaririe na governor na ngĩmũhoya atwakire daraca na nĩ twakirwo daraca modern culvert box culvert thĩinĩ wa daraca wa itũra rĩu. Koguo nĩ kũmaanisha thĩna ũrĩa ũrarĩ ho hau mbere wa kũringa mũrĩmo ũcio wa Marigũiti gũthiĩ Gĩtuamba thĩna ũcio nĩ mũthiru Then from there ni twakite darasa kana footbridge mwena wa itura ya Kafuteti. A footbridge kau ni kega muno tondu kaukire gusolve thina rari tuire hau andu marigagira iguru wa miberethi ya mai no ra historia nawe twina darasa njege irakirwo hau na from beginning next week ni kuroka contractor ringi acokio ho amakire steps nigetha handu hau hakorwo he very slopey. So nigetha kunina slope iyo ri turamakira steps nigetha waringa rũĩ ukuhota kwambata wega ona gwĩ kuru kana gũtarĩ kuru ni ũhotaga kwambata wega na ũkaringa wega ũtakũthĩnĩka na njĩra o yothe. Thengia ũguo nĩ tũrĩ na ũhoro wa boda shades. Nĩ twĩkĩte boda shade mwena wa Gĩtwe, twĩkĩra boda shade mwena wa Mũndoro, twĩkĩra boda shade mwena wa Ngũi. Na thengia icio ithatũ hena ingĩ inyanya ciroka. Na icio cioka nĩcio twĩkĩra matũra marĩa matigarĩire nĩgetha tugire andũ aitũ othe a boda mena handũ hega marutĩra biacara ciao kana handũ hega ha kũhurũka. From there twĩna ũhoro wa mĩberethi ya maĩ. He itũra rĩatigire rĩambũrwo maĩ mĩberethi ya maĩ yothe ĩkĩambũrwo nĩ barabara ĩno ya Mau Road ya itũra rĩrĩa ya Gathirũ. Na ndathire na gavana na agĩtĩkĩra na nĩ ndahotire gwĩkĩra mĩberethi kilomita 4 ya maĩ, koguo mĩciĩ ĩyo rĩu andũ acio nĩ maranyua maĩ mĩciĩ-inĩ yao. Na niĩ nĩ ngacokera rĩngĩ ngoiga wĩra wakwa nĩ gũthiĩ kũhoya kwĩ gavana ndaheo ngĩka atĩa ngarĩhĩra andũ akwa. So that has been done na andũ acio a Gathirũ sublocation nĩ maranyua maĩ o ta ũrĩa manyuaga hau gabere. Kuma hau twĩna ũhoro wa itũra rĩa Gĩtare. Andũ Gĩtare for the longest time maternity yao ĩkoretwo barabara, ndirica yao barabara, na nĩ mũkĩnjĩraga andũ kaingĩ nĩ mũkĩrĩ maũndũ marĩa makoragwo maternity hatiko he hatheke. So nĩ mbica njũru mũno atĩ mam nĩ ingĩra thibitarĩ andũ othe nĩ mona nĩ ingĩrathiĩ kũhe mwana mathi mamũthikagĩrĩria me harĩa barabara. So nĩ ũndũ wa ũndũ ũcio nĩ ndĩrathire na request governor through the ward fund itũ ya Kiganjo ward ya mwaka wa 2024-2025 tũrawĩkĩra yothe tũthiĩ tũgake thibitarĩ maternity block thĩinĩ wa thibitarĩ wa Gĩtare, na maternity ĩyo ĩkoragwo ĩna kinya theatre ya gũserve andũ o atumia a itũra rĩu rĩa Gĩtare na andũ othe a Kiganjo. Thengia ũguo hena request ĩngĩ mĩkĩte na nĩ njũĩ nĩ actualizewo thĩinĩ wa thibitarĩ itũ wa Kiganjo Health Center. Nĩ tũrakĩrwo modern facility handũ hau thibitarĩ wa ngoroba, ũgũkorwo na wodi nĩ ũndũ wa athuri na atumia, ũgũkorwo na ũhoro wa kũhũrwo mbica na maũndũ marĩa mothe makoragwo magĩbatarania thĩinĩ wa thibitarĩ. Tũtigacoke gũthiĩ Gatũndũ tũgathiĩ haha Kiganjo nĩgetha tũnyihie tũkuhĩrĩrie andũ aitũ na ũtungata wa thibitarĩ. From there twĩna ũhoro wa kĩndũ gĩgwĩtwo nĩkĩ riganĩirwo kĩu kĩngĩ twĩna ũhoro wa bursaries nĩ kũrenga hau. Reke njuge hau gabere andũ makoretwo makĩheo bursary na njĩra ĩtarĩ ya kũiganania andũ. Kinya he hĩndĩ njiguaga andũ mathire harĩa wabici-inĩ ya MCA magĩkĩrio bursary igũrũ matinarangane maratathi macio. That is very sad. Nĩ ndatuĩka MCA nda introduce formula ya gũtigĩrĩra andũ othe nĩ maragunĩka na kĩgĩna kĩa bursary. So what I've been doing, ndaheanire numbers, namba icio ngĩheana kwĩ mũndũ wothe wokĩte kũhoya bursary thĩinĩ wa hĩndĩ ĩyo twaheanaga. Namba ĩyo ndakũhe form cioka 280 ngaga form icio equally or sublocation gũtigĩra o mũndũ wothe nĩ ara benefit, and that has ensured that mũndũ wothe wokire ena thĩna agĩbatara kũteithio na ũteithio wa bursary nĩ ara benefit irrespective nĩ wa family ĩrĩkũ kana nĩ wa mũhĩrĩga ũrĩkũ, tondũ niĩ ndĩendaga gũkũra na maũndũ macio. Nĩ njugaga mũndũ wothe thĩinĩ wa Kiganjo na nĩ arabatara gũteithio niĩ ndĩho ndĩmũteithie ndĩ ta MCA wake. So bursary nĩ kwetwo kĩheanwo na njĩra ya ũigĩrĩrĩki na ya waragania kwĩ mũndũ wothe. Thengia ũguo no njuge twĩna nderi ya Kiganjo kana Gatũndũ South Dairy Farmers Cooperative Society. Nderi ĩyo nĩ yahingĩtwo nĩ nĩ ũndũ wa mathĩna maingĩ mũno marĩ kuo hau gabere ma mathirĩ na maũndũ maingĩ. No nderi ĩyo nĩ ũtonga mũnene thĩinĩ wa Kiganjo, na niĩ ndĩ ta Kahura nĩ ndamĩkire initiative ngĩta arĩmi a Kiganjo, arĩmi a iria, na tũtigĩrĩire nao nĩ tũkũhingũra nderi ĩyo. As we speak nderi ĩyo nĩ ĩra operate na it has operated for the last 1 year. Na nderi ĩyo ngĩmĩũkĩria rĩ, approach yakwa nĩ atĩrĩrĩ, andũ anake aitũ na airĩtu aitũ no mateithĩkire korwo magĩa na handũ marĩthiaga wĩra. So nderi ĩyo kũmĩũkĩria nĩ ya create employment kwĩ andũ a Kiganjo. Na thengia korwo create employment rĩ, nderi ĩyo twĩna kura nĩ itũ, twĩna generator thĩinĩ wa nderi ĩyo, nyũmba ĩyo ĩkũu nĩ itũ. Koguo nĩ kũmaanisha atĩrĩrĩ, tũrahota kũrogota iria, tũrĩhe mbirũ ya thitima, twendia iria, baida ĩrĩa kuoneka arĩmi aitũ magacokerio mbeca icio makĩria thengia ya mbeca iria maragũrĩrwo iria nacio. Ũguo nĩ kuuga atĩrĩrĩ, nderi ĩyo mwĩhoko wakwa nĩ atĩ by the end of this year nĩ gũkorwo ũteithio mũnene mũno kwĩ andũ a Kiganjo. Na akorwo nderi ingĩ kana nderi ingĩ ciragũra okorwo nĩ ciringi 43 ithu tũrĩgũraga igũrũ wao, tondũ mbeca nyingĩ cigũkorwo cigĩcokerera mũrĩmi. Na nĩ nginyĩtie ikinya rĩnene makĩria ngathi ngamahoera mbeca nĩ tũkũrenovate nderi ĩyo, na thengia wa kũrenovate nderi ĩyo nĩ tũgũcoka next week nĩ tũragũra nduthi njerũ ya nderio ya gone arimi a Kiganjo ona kumaanisha no turathie tugikuraga na ndina witikio before my end of the my term ends nitukwahota gituhotete kura ngari itu ya nderi ya Kiganjo kumaanisha itwa itu no rirakura. So I'm here to empower people economically, financially, and every aspect that can be able to empower them. Maundu macio ndagweta ni maingi na nijue ni maingi muno njikite no macio ni mamwe ma maria njikite na maria ndabanga gwika. Asanteni sana.
Asante mheshimiwa. You can see wananchi mnazoona the legacy is there. The legacy is being built and service is being delivered to the people of Kiganjo. And for the fun fact, mheshimiwa, I saw you are the third most performing MCA in the county assembly of Kiambu. What is the secret to that? And why are you not number 1 or number 2?
I would say I would be happier if I was number 1, but I thank God that I was number 3. And to be very honest, out of 60 MCAs to have been number 3, it shows that your efforts are recognized not only by the people you are serving, but even other people who are doing other things in the society. And that legacy is what I want to carry on to ensure that probably next year when the polls are done again, I will be number 1. And I want to serve my people better. I've lobbied for them for a bus park in Kiganjo, that will be done. I've lobbied for them for a market in Mondoro, that will be done. I've lobbied for the fencing of Mondoro playground. When all these things are done, then people will actually probably place me now in number 1. What does that tell you? Legacy is what will be remembered of you once you are gone. And because I will not be the MCA forever, my ambitions are quite big. I want one day to be the president of this nation, and I say that with no fear of doubt.
Ajaliwa.
Na naamini Mungu atanijalia hayo. Because I believe we can be served better by a better president like myself. But before we get there, let me serve better or in a good way where I'm the MCA. Probably that will be what will make me go upwards. And so I'm only saying right now I'm number 3. Probably tomorrow will be number 1. And being number 1 means then the people of Kiganjo should trust me enough to probably re-elect me again, to continue serving them, and to take them from this level to the next level that they want to be as a ward. And once that is done, then I believe the legacy will be even greater than it is today. So I believe we are headed in the right direction. And again, I want to tell people, the people of Kiganjo elected me on an independent candidature. Something that they have not done before. But that tells you they not elect a person because of the political party. They elected me because of who I am. And for that reason, I will tell people, it's not a political party that works for you. Because I've been able to lobby for so much for the people of Kiganjo, even more than those people who were elected on political parties. And I want to tell them again, until the day I tell you I'm probably in a certain political party, don't believe the naysayers who might say I probably join this party or the other party or whatever party, because it's not the party which is working for you. It is Kahura who is working for you. And if need be, probably I will still vie as an independent, because anyway it's not the political party which is performing. And if I'm performing as an independent in an independent candidature or as an independent person, then why not? Because what matters for me is service delivery to the people, not the political party or the bus that will take me to that bunge. Na msikuja kudanganya na watu wakwambia ati ingia kwa hii chama ama juu mimi nimeingia kwa hii chama ndio itafanya nifanye kazi vizuri kuliko Kahura. Kahura amefanyia kazi bila kwa chama yote. Ado itomotika hegezo na siama ticio simutagira wira ni Kahura uri mutagira wira. Na rucio rutite kina hau tukinyete rutite kiama ini o giothe arutite ni tondu ni amwendete na inyuĩ ngoro-ini yake. Asante sana.
Mheshimiwa, to our last question.
Yes.
Why is our boss being attacked, Mr. Omatangi, our governor? Mbona analetwa mbio sana? At least can we have an understanding all according to you?
Yes.
Since we are nini kidogo naona kazi mnafanya pamoja vizuri. Unaweza tupe explanation nini inaendelea?
The legacy of Omatangi is carrying so many people. That man has worked exemplary well. You can imagine in 3 years, he has been able to construct 6 level 4 hospitals from scratch. Constructed 26 level 3 hospitals from scratch. And all the ECD centers that I'm talking about, all the projects that I'm talking about, we have been able to work together to deliver that. That is something that has never happened in the entire Kiambu County or any other county. So that what happens is that those who want to vie for the same seat of the governor of Kiambu, now they feel intimidated, and probably they feel they may not be able to convince people to elect them, considering the bar that has been sent by the current governor of Kiambu. So what they do, wameamua tumshike hapa, tumfinye yeye ili labda akubali kushuka ama atuondoke. But one thing I will tell people, we will not buy fear. Because at the end of the day, what we are elected for is to make sure that our people will deliver services to them.
Okay.
And because he has delivered service to the people of Kiambu, I'm sure they will re-elect him again as the governor of Kiambu. That he will be the first man to serve for 5 years and be re-elected as governor for the second term. And secondly, ningeomba wale wako pale juu, tafadhali allow the people of Kiambu to benefit from the people they elected. We've talked about democracy. They were democratic enough and they played their democratic role and elected a governor by the name Kimani Wamatangi. He might not be as what you probably wish, you as the leaders at the top, but he's doing his role the way Wanjiko wants him to perform. Just allow him to serve the people of Kiambu and he deliver services for the people of Kiambu. That is what matters. Okay. Tuache kujipenda na tuache kufinyiliana kwa sababu we want other people to probably take after him. The people who don't even have a legacy like he does. So tuache Wamatangi afanye kazi na tuache MCAs wake pia wafanye kazi. Wacheni kututafuta. Wacha tufanye kazi pamoja na Wamatangi na tuendeleze kaunti yetu.
So unasema governor anafanya kazi nzuri sana.
Yes.
So people are fighting change. Hawataki change ya governor.
Unajua there are things that will not be told by other people. But what some politicians would prefer ni wananchi waishi na shida ili waishi wakiomba. Okay. Lakini mimi nikiulizwa, I'm elected today not only to benefit myself but to make sure that I alleviate the problems that are an issue for my people.
Okay.
Nikimaliza shida zao, then I will be able to even live in a safer place within the environment that I live in. Lakini kama siwezi maliza shida zao, there's no need of me being in office. Kuna watu mahali wamekaa ama wanakaanga mahali as leaders, they just want people to keep begging for assistance. And those are the people who don't want to see development in the county of Kiambu.
Okay. What is the future of Kiambu? Our last question.
We started a journey to make Kiambu great again, and for sure we are on the right track of making Kiambu great again.
Okay.
And I believe if Wamatangi is given another second chance and Kahura is given another second chance as MCA for Kiganjo, then Kiambu and Kiganjo ward will be great and greater again. Thank you.
Thank you for watching our channel. Subscribe, it is the common. And before mheshimiwa tumalize sasa, there's this thing I want you to tell people, or there's this something I want people to see. Umesema umefanya haya na haya. Maybe in another session we can come and see the projects you have done. So kazi yako kwa ground tuone umefanya nini. At least we can evaluate and see MCA amefanya kazi hii na hii.
Well and good.